Hello everyone, my name is Kendrick and I'm going to be walking you through the Met Museum website. I'm just going to show you a few of the things that they offer through their website. A lot of great things, especially for educators who cannot physically go to the museum or take their students to the museum. Perhaps they live across the country or in a different state that does not really make it easy for them to visit the museum physically. So let's get started. Up on the top, you'll find the different tabs here. You can read about their current exhibitions, past exhibitions, future exhibitions as well. So if you are planning a visit to the state itself and you would like to visit the museum, this would be a wonderful resource for you. You can actually put in the dates on their calendar on the page, and you'll be able to see what exhibitions will be going on during the time of your visit. Now we're going to go over to the Learning tab here and click the tab for Educators. As you can see, they do have on-site programs. What I like about the museum is that they do offer K through 12 educator programs. These are really designed for teachers who just want that extra push to learn different methods of how to incorporate art in a different way within their classroom and how to teach it perhaps in a different way that they currently are. They do have resources for educators on their site. We'll go ahead and click open here the window in a new tab for the lesson plans that they offer. See right here, you can find lesson plans and curriculum resources, but here in the lesson plans, I just want to show you one that one of their examples of ready-made lessons. And we'll go ahead and click here on this lesson plan, which uses one of their paintings that they have within their museum as the actual centerpiece of the work. And you'll see the painting itself. It'll give the educator every piece of information about the piece of work. And you'll start off with the goals of the lesson. And it'll also let you know what national core standards this lesson hits and the Common Core state standards. Now, this is obviously state standards for New York, so they might be different for, say, us, myself here in California. I'd have to, compare these to my state's standards and see if they compare, what they don't compare. I might have to do some adjusting to the lesson itself, but the fact that it is complete already, including an activity, it's really helpful. Say if you are needing to be absent and you just want to leave something that's ready-made and easy for a substitute teacher to go over with the students. It'll give you questions for viewing the painting, so you can bring the painting up in a large screen in the room, and it'll give you discussion prompts here as well. So this is a really great resource for teachers. And the other piece here that I really wanted to show you guys is same as well under the Educator tab. Scroll all the way down to the bottom and you'll see the timeline of art history. This is a really awesome thing that they have on their website. I feel like this could be a really great use for students in the classroom. It's basically it's kind of putting history and art all together, because let's see here, we'll click the chronology tab at the top and you'll see the map of the world. Say you're having your students in your classroom go over European art, and you really want them to do a little bit more research, perhaps in a specific time frame in history, and learn a little bit more about it. I'll click over here Europe, and then I'll just click here the time frame 1600 to 1800 AD. And when you scroll to the bottom, you can see different tabs as well, because of course Europe is one large country consisting of many different I guess you could call them states within the country. I'll go ahead and click here the Florence and Central Italy tab, and it'll give me the option to click to go ahead and read the chronology, so we'll do that. And as you see at the very top of the page is like a timeline of pieces of work. And when you scroll below it, you'll see an overview of the time frame that you've selected. What you can do that's really interesting to me is click the key events, and this goes pretty briefly but rather extensively through the history of what happened during these times. So this is bringing in the history into and tying it into the artworks. And a lot of the times in this key events, you'll be able to find, say, where specific things started within work. Like if we find commonalities within the artworks, perhaps in the key events we might be able to decipher where it began and how it kept going. So this chronology timeline here, it can be a really great resource for students to do research in the classroom or even from home. It's easy to use. It's not that difficult. You just need to know what you're looking for, what you want, depending on what country and time frame. And then what students can get a lot of information. You can click on the artworks themselves. See here, brings it right back up, rather large format, so you can see it clearly, and it gives you all of the details of the work and quite an extensive description of the artwork itself. What's awesome is you'll see on the complete right hand side over here on this last column, you click essays, and you'll see that there's an essay that the website itself has linked to this piece of artwork. So there's more reading that can give more insight about the artwork and the time period that the students are looking at. So this has been my quick little overview of the Met Museum website and what they offer for us educators to use and within the classroom. It does take a little bit of playing around with the website to kind of get a feel for it and find what you want to use, what will work within your classroom. But it's well worth it. The information, obviously, we can trust it. It's not a Wikipedia where we really don't want students to be looking at Wikipedia for information, because we know a lot of the times that information is not really valid. It can be a little bit questionable. So the fact that it is straight from the Met Museum is really helpful for us as an educator, because we know that they're getting their information from somewhere that we can trust. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little overview, and until next time.